There's a lot of hype surrounding the Boston Red Sox top prospects, but that's not what today's video is about. It's about a guy who's quietly tearing it up in their farm system. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin. There's a lot to be optimistic about with the Boston Red Sox farm system, right? You've got guys who are top prospects in all of baseball, like Marcelo. You've got guys who are quickly making their way up the prospect ranking list, like Miguel Blaze. And you've got guys who are starting to surprise a lot of people, like Drohan. But there's one guy in particular who I want to focus on in today's video, who's having a really great season, just very quietly, it feels like. I haven't seen anyone talking about this pretty insane start for Red Sox prospect Blaze Jordan. So what you're going to do in today's videos, we're going to break down why Blaze Jordan's start to the 2023 season is so impressive. We're going to talk about what that means for Blaze Jordan, and we're going to talk about what this means for the Boston Red Sox. But before we get into that, if you guys want even more out of this Red Seat community, or you want to grow more involved with this Red Seat community, feel free to join our subreddit, which will be Red Seat Radio. The link will be in the description below, or feel free to join our Discord as well. That link will also be in the description. It allows you just simply more ways to interact with me and interact with everyone in this community. So the links to those will be in the description. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do that. It helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Coming into the 2023 season, Blaze Jordan wasn't even one of the top 15 prospects in the Red Sox farm system. According to SoxProspects.com, Blaze Jordan is currently ranked as the 17th highest rated Red Sox prospect. He was 18th to begin the year. Now, MLB Pipeline actually does have Blaze Jordan in the top 10. He is ranked as the 10th highest prospect according to MLB Pipeline, but in disparities like this, in terms of where guys are ranked and how high guys are ranked, I usually go with Sox Prospects. The reason for this is quite simple. The MLB has to pay attention to every top prospect in Major League Baseball. Sox Prospects strictly focus on the Boston Red Sox, and to me, they know these prospects better than anyone else. But either way, that's where Blaze Jordan started the year, towards the bottom of the top 25 Red Sox prospects, and that is where we are going to start this video, because coming into 2023, Blaze Jordan was looking to build upon his 2022, where he got his first taste of high A baseball, because in 2022, Blaze Jordan finished the year with 25 games in high A, with a 301 average, a 387 on base percentage, and a 441 slug, giving him a 128 WRC plus. So in those 25 games, Blaze Jordan is about 28% more productive than the average player in high A baseball. Again, those are pretty great statistics, and it is a fantastic way to kick off your recent promotion, but coming into 2023, the idea is to build upon that and really hammer it home and prove that, hey, I can compete on a long-term basis at this level to sort of get yourself to the next one and build upon it. He has. In the month of April in 2023, Blaze Jordan finished with a 284 average, a 338 on base percentage, and a 514 slug. He also had 4 home runs and 14 RBIs in that span, which led to finishing April with a 123 WRC plus, which again is about 23% above league average production at the plate in the month of April. However, there were some concerns with Blaze Jordan's first month of the 2023 season, and they were similar concerns that he's had his entire career, right? How is he going to be able to handle higher level pitching for a longer period of time? Because the month of April was the longest that he had spent in high A at that point. And one of the things that we know about Blaze Jordan is that the power is there, right? You guys may remember him hitting that 500-foot home run when he was in high school with a metal bat at Coors Field. You guys may remember that sort of tidbit there. But again, how is he going to handle higher leverage pitching? There were concerns that he would sort of be an all or nothing type player. So in the month of April, for him to carry a 23.8% strikeout rate with just a 6.3% walk rate was a bit concerning. However, the results were there offensively, and he was still being a productive player. But when you have such a high strikeout rate during an entire month, and you have such a low walk rate during an entire month, that's where the concern for, okay, is he going to be able to handle double A pitching, AAA pitching, and of course, at some point, Major League pitching, because obviously high A pitching is the second lowest tier that you can have in any Major League farm system. So that was sort of the big thing with Blaze Jordan, and in April, those weren't really silenced all that much. However, May seemed like a completely different story, because in May so far this year, and obviously we're almost done with the month of May, so I almost want to call it a full month, but we're not going to, because I know there are going to be people out there who say, Corbin, it hasn't even been a full month yet. So let's talk about Blaze Jordan in May so far. In the month of May, Blaze Jordan has played 20 games. In that 20 game span, Blaze has hit .321 with a .360 on base percentage and a slightly lower .494 slug, leading to an .853 OPS. On top of that, Blaze Jordan so far has 2 home runs, 8 doubles, 16 RBIs, and one stat that I really like is 14 runs scored. It means he's getting on base and being productive on the base pass, not only for himself, but for his teammates as well. All of this led to a 122 WRC plus, which again is 22% above league average production. So he's getting on base more often. He's got a little bit of a higher average. What happened, right? What sort of turned him around between April and May? Well, again, we're going to go back to looking at that strikeout rate, because in the month of May, Blaze Jordan had a strikeout rate of just 9%, which is an absolute plummet from his April numbers, right? That is a huge drop off. Now, his walk rate stayed right around the same at 6.7%, so he's still not being uber patient at the plate, but he has absolutely demolished his strikeout rate in the month of May, which is an absolutely fantastic sign for Blaze Jordan. And it's not a super small sample size either. It's not like he hasn't been striking out over the last week or the last couple of games. This is a full month of entire baseball being played where he has been really, really great at limiting the amount of strikeouts that he has. Now, obviously, again, that walk rate is still pretty concerning when it comes to whether or not he's being patient at the plate or commanding the zone or really being able to take a bunch of pitches. That's fine, but the fact that he was able to minimize this strikeout rate is a great first step. Now, throughout the year so far, in combining both of those months for Blaze Jordan, he currently has a .303 average with a .349 on base percentage, a .503 slug, and an .852 OPS for a 123 WRC plus, which at this point I think you guys can pretty much figure out how many percentage points that is above league average production. His strikeout rate on the year is 16% and his walk rate is at 6.5% of the time. That 16% is one of the lowest of his entire career. However, that walk rate is also one of the lowest of his entire career. So what does this really hot start for Blaze Jordan mean for Blaze, and what does it mean for the Red Sox? In terms of how this is going to affect Blaze Jordan, obviously it's only going to affect him in a positive way, right? Him being able to, 1, cut down on strikeouts for an entire month, and 2, be able to raise that average and on base percentage is absolutely massive for a guy who, when drafted, was sort of thought of as an all or nothing type player. One of those possible 3 true outcome type players where you're either striking out, you're walking, or you're hitting a home run. You're not getting anything in between. For Blaze Jordan to kind of adapt and develop into this sort of, I'm going to shoot the ball into gaps, I'm still going to go yard on you when I get the opportunity, but if you're going to give me the ball outside, I'm going to drive it the other way type player is absolutely fantastic for Blaze Jordan. All it does is raise his stock. Now again, this is a small sample size, so we don't really know what this is going to look like over the course of an entire year, but we talk about Marcelo going off right now, and he could probably be pushed up anytime soon. Well, Blaze Jordan could be right on his heels if he keeps that strikeout low and he keeps smashing baseballs all over the diamond. It's going to be hard for anyone to really keep him at the single A level. Now, what this means for the Red Sox is a bit more complicated, right? Triston Casas is coming off of his 3-hit game. Hopefully this is a breakout type game for Triston Casas at first base, and obviously at third base you've got Rafael Devers, who's not going anywhere for over a decade, and I think we're all pretty okay with that. So the question is, what do you do with Blaze Jordan if you're the Boston Red Sox? It's a great problem to have, a guy who is in high A right now, who's still a couple of years off, so obviously these things tend to work themselves out, but to have him developing and adapting his mechanics and his approach at the plate to be able to strike out less and put the ball in play more is fantastic news for this Red Sox team. Obviously, once he gets into AA, AAA, we can start talking about where the hell they're going to fit him on this team, but For right now, I'm sure the Red Sox are just super pumped that another one of their prospects is starting to really put it together at the minor league level. That's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of Blaze Jordan's pretty insane start to the 2023 season in terms of results? What do you think of the adjustments that he's been able to make from April to May? What do you think of his growth as a player? Let me know all your thoughts on Blaze Jordan. In my opinion, one of the more underrated prospects in this Red Sox farm system in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Also, be sure to check out the subreddit and the Discord page as well. We're going to have a ton of fun on there all season long, so be sure you guys are on there as well. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.